Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this broadcast of the final session between Iga Radnor and Wim de Ruyter. We don't often have live matches in the afternoon, but this one, for both players' purposes, was arranged for this Sunday afternoon, and both players apparently are playing to a final end to this quarter-final match of the World Championship in Online Snooker Club. And you see the score on the right, 11 frames to 8 for Iga Radnor as he gets the first red of this 19th frame. Good pot on the black as well. And Wim de Ruyter now high on concentration. So not much time to work out how to contain and overcome his opponent, who I'm presuming is playing for the first time. Iga Radnor, of course, an old adversary of OSC, has won a number of events and surprisingly entered this World Championship after roughly about 18 months sabbatical. So it should be an interesting match. This match has shown a general lead for Iga Radnor over the sessions, 2-3 frames. Now is the time that Wim needs to win a session, and he needs 5 frames to win this match, and Iga Radnor needs 2. Shot to nothing there by Wim de Ruyter, trying to pot the red into the top left while taking the white back towards the bulk area. There's a chance on here for Iga Radnor. This red down here near the bottom left-hand cushion, cutting it into the bottom left-hand pocket, and he's got it. There's a nice table. Pink into the top middle. Plenty of options. Pink executed. Now going on for the red to the right of the pink into the same top center pocket. No, he's going high up to the right so he can stay in the position he wants. Decided to go for the long blue into the bottom corner rather than take the blue on into the center. All players have different strategies and approaches. Blue executed. Red into the bottom left. As the brown as compensate or as an assurance in case he goes out of position. Brown potted, but he's hit the blue. Whether that was on purpose or not, I'm not too sure. Don't think so. Probably would have liked to have gone a bit further on, higher up the table as you look at it. But he had the red into the bottom left, which is potted, but now he's out of position. So he's going to have to play safe here, or he's got the green. The green is the only one really, or the blue, that can there's a chance of potting. But he's decided to play a containing shot and just play safe, and that's quite a good safety shot. 8 points the difference. Now, Wim needs a very thin cut on this red to miss the black and that red on the top left-hand cushion. So has to get this right. No. Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, my apologies. Managed to get the right angle. Decent shot, but there is this red down here in the bottom left that is potable, and the blue is there. Should Iger get it? Well, he hits it a bit hard there. Makes the shot a little more difficult, or the red unlikely to go in, but played a screw back to keep it safe. A nice shot by Wim, good cue ball. And that's half snookered on the red, the open red down here, which Iger's looking at. And he's gone for it. And he's missed it. Now, has he left anything on for Wim? Nothing straightforward. There's a possible plant into the top middle. And a thin cut on the red on the black cushion, the left cushion, into the top left. But it looks as though he's going to play safe here, taking the white back up to the bulk area. That's a decent shot behind the brown, covering most reds or blocking most reds, but there is this red on the top left. And he's gone for it and he's potted it, but no position on a colour, although I think he actually does have the blue here. So Wim desperately trying to play safe and keep Iger away from these long pots. It's not succeeded so far. Iger now has the table. Just a short follow through here off this red for the pink. And a great position here for Iger to establish a big lead in points. And it's all to do for Wim. This frame would be extremely important to Wim if he could get it. But Iger's the strong favourite now. Pink into the middle. Has this red to the top left and probably try and open up. Well, no, he's gone for the blue. Pink and black are not really available in all pockets. Bottom left pocket is the only one that the black and pink are available for. Nice cannon into the pink, but he's pushed one red onto the black cushion. But he did have an open red. So fluent play here by Muller. Doesn't seem to be thinking about much. He's able to attain 20 points already in this break, adding to what he already had, and 48-point lead now. Blue into the top left. As the red above the pink. Needs concentration for this shot. It's a difficult, but Iger makes it look very easy. Showing signs of his old success he's had in the past. Long pink into the bottom right, top right, yes, bottom right hand corner. And he seems to be just finding to get this break, to keep this break going very continually, although the table wasn't that great. And that's basically, with that red, it's giving him the frame. Pink goes in, so Iger Radnor takes this framing Well, let's see. A number of minutes. Ten minutes. So Iger Ragnar takes that frame. And so now just needs one more. And leads now 12-8. Wim de Ruyter breaks off. And as I say this quite often, the situation has become pretty clear in this match. Iger Ragnar just needs one more to win, or Wim de Ruyter needs to win every frame. Five more frames left in this match, and Wim needs to win every one of them. Miss on the red there by Iger Ragnar, but it's not left anything on. Winner of this match will play either Jasper Kuzman or Nikos Geoulas as Wim finds a red. Sorry, apologies. Wim wasn't able to play off Wim's shot. Iger Ragnar potted a red into the top left, but it's not continued into a break. And now Wim's back on the table. So what can Wim do? Can Wim muster up some kind of attack or strategy? It's going to have to be taking it frame by frame now. Can't look too forward or have on his mind the situation. He's just got to play it frame by frame and try and put a bit of pressure on Iger Ragnar, force him to make mistakes. Black into the top middle has the red to the right of the black. Trickled in nicely, has the black now. Probably just screw back off this black and push the red along so he has it into the bottom left for the next shot. Oh, he's not really turned out well there. Probably would like to have put a bit more screw onto that, so you might just push this red on into the table and leave the white behind the black. And probably best to go back onto the cushion. And that's what he's done. So not leaving anything on for Iger here. 16 points to 1 for Wim de Ruyter. Now what's Iger? So I'm going to look at the table. You can see there's no pots on. He's going to have to play safe and get this white down towards the bulk area, and that's a lovely shot. It's a great cue ball. Now, this is a very difficult shot to get back to the bulk colour. He's gone for a corner off the corner. He's past the two reds that could have obstructed him. And that's not turned out too badly. Although there is this red into the bottom left, which Iger's not looking at. He's looking at this red he's close to, and it will go. I thought the green was blocking it then, but it doesn't. It goes. So Iger begins his assault on this frame. Red into the bottom right here. Pink is on, and if you can get a good position off this pink onto one of these reds that surround the pink, it could be curtains for Wim. Well, there's a little bit of work to do here because the pink can't go into the bottom left and doesn't really have an angle on the pink. The reds to the left of the pink are the difficulty, because pink is available into the top middle only and the top right, but it doesn't have a position where he can get to that. And the black is on though, and he's missed the red, so he had a difficult-ish red, and he's missed it, so Wim back on the table. It's all or nothing now for Wim. Obviously, he doesn't have to make a big conclusive break, but he just needs to keep Igor Radnor out of the picture and try and force something through and just pick off frame by frame. But a good break here, a good assault of points would be useful, both for Wim's confidence and to put a bit of pressure on his opponent. Green into the bottom right. Just to follow through on this red for the black. And you can muster some kind of angle. You could just follow through slightly and he'll have a red into the center. And he could just, well, he's decided to go for the red on the top left-hand cushion, but he's got this, that didn't work out, but he's got this red in the center pocket, but it'll be difficult to get a position here. He's going to have to go to the bulk area now. He's got the green, but it's the green pot and try and get some position or play some kind of safety shot. He's gone for the pot. That looks quite nice. And that's not too bad. He's got the red on now into the top left. Decent shot. Showing courage. Now I have to go around the back door to get back to this black. So this cut, and he wants a bit of side. Wasn't able to get that, so he's got the black into the center pocket. $20 points the difference now. He's actually going to go for the top right pocket, but he's just not got the position. He wanted to follow through a bit more, but he has got the red just slightly out of position. What's he going for here? Red into the center. Interesting choice, but he's moved on to the obvious red, and that will possibly open up some space for the pink. But obviously he can use the two reds next to in that vicinity to kind of hold the white and hopefully get a good angle. He's missed the red. He's missed the red and he's left it on. But he has a decent cushion, so doesn't need to panic yet. Yes, Igor Radnor has the table, but there are two reds on the top left-hand cushion which are not in a great position, but obviously Igor's taking advantage of the position he's in now to pick off one of them. And Wim has a 20-point lead, so just all depends on what Igor can muster and create from this visit. Nice position on the red into the top left-hand corner here. We'll be on the black and the pink after this, and that red will be nicely in place to be potted. Just the two other reds on top left-hand cushion and the bottom right-hand cushion that are going to be slightly awkward. 6 points to difference. And that's not a great position on pink or any colour. And Iger now looking at to play a good safety shot here. So no, he went for the green to get the position on the top left-hand corner, but he's missed it. So chance for Wim here. Pots the red, but didn't really get a great angle or a good position for the colour. He's got to be careful here if he takes the risk to pot the black. If he misses it, well, actually, he could take on the black because there'll be no real potting angle for the red. So he could have took that risk. He's potted the black. And now he just wants to get a good shot here, get it safe and try and get a snooker. If he sends the red into the top right-hand corner area and try and get a snooker, that would be an option. But as long as he doesn't leave it on, and he's gone for the pot. Wow. What a risky shot, and he's turned out into a snooker, so that's very lucky for Wim. But to take that shot on with the possibility of leaving it on, and Wim is really just taking the bull by the horns here. As Moller plays a lovely shot, pushing the red off after getting out of a snooker to the other side of the table, or the higher part of the table. And Wim's now in a snooker. So 48 points to 35, 13 points the difference. Wim gets out the snooker nicely and puts Iger into a half snooker, but the red is available. Can be touched. So as we move into this end game now, and Iger cuts that red, but it's not a great shot. He's left it on. So chance here for Wim. Needs all frames, all remaining frames in order to have any chance of getting through to the semi-final. First to 13. Red goes in. Again, not a great position. A screw back would have probably been much more safer for him to continue some kind of break. And he's decided just to push the black away and try and get a snooker on the yellow, which he hasn't done. So tentative play by Wim. This yellow is not potable, but we'll have to see what Iger decides to do. So a safety shot, getting the white as far away from it as possible, but yellow is in the bottom right pocket area and potable. No, will Wim go for this? There'll be pretty much automatic position on the green if he can get it, but this bottom right hand pocket can be a problem for many players. And he's missed it. And where's that yellow going to land? Pretty safe. That's not too bad. So Wim can breathe again. And Iger now, I think, will try and take the white down the side, but got too much of. He got a very thick contact on that yellow, but it's turned out to be a decent shot. He's put Wim in a snooker, and this snooker game sometimes can give us all kinds of surprises. Just no logic to it sometimes. As Wim cuts the yellow, did he try for a pot there? And again, that's unbelievable. You would think, are these snookers on purpose or not? Because these are excellent shots if they are. And look at that. Out of a snooker into a snooker. It baffles me sometimes, this game. There's Wim now on the table. Very delicate situation he's in. He has to win this frame, and he's missed the yellow, and it's going to be in another snooker. Igor Ragnar puts him back in. 10 points the difference in favour of Wim de Ruyter from Belgium. And he gets a nice little touch on that yellow, and it's turned out nicely. Back into a snooker again. The amount of times that happens, very unusual or very strange. Getting out of a snooker and it ending up being a snooker for the one on the table. Agaradno pushes the yellow into the black area. Nice cue ball, tight on the cushion, or relatively tight. And Wim pushes the yellow back to the opposite direction, and so we have a safety strategy here. It's about who will be the first one to make a mistake, because as soon as someone has that yellow, then that could be the end of the game, because they could clear up. All the colours are in nice positions, so this is about who's going to make the first mistake on the yellow. And while that's not a mistake by Igor, and it's not potable, there is a chance here for Wim to put Igor in a difficult position. Just leave that white on the right-hand cushion and send that white down to the other end, and that's a lovely shot. I think he's just about got a snooker. I don't think Igor can really afford to clip the yellow because it might go into the pocket. He might just have to play this soft. No, he's gone. He was able to get through to it. So it seems as though this is all about the yellow ball. And Wim sends that yellow down towards the bulk area, and that looks like a nice shot. 4-ball snooker here. Igor's got left and right hand side. He's going to have to use off the cushion. Obviously, the question is where will the balls be left? And it's a chance now for Wim. Wim has the chance, has the yellow, and has an opportunity to finish this frame off. It's all in his hands now. Cut into the middle. He's not got a great position on that green though. He wanted to put a bit of screw onto that, a bit of stun. And he'll be disappointed with that. It was a great opportunity now. Is he going to play the double, or is he going to play safe? Or is he going to try and cut it in? He's gone for the double. Probably it can take a shot to nothing. Oh, and that's lovely. That's a good shot. Didn't really need, should have been in a position in order to play that, and should have been playing to clear up the colours as Igor clips the green and gets out of that. So now we move on to the green ball. It's the green ball. Now, can Wim see this green? If he can, which I think he can, he's got a screw back for this brown. He's got a good opportunity to play a snooker here, though. So, but based on what Wim's been doing so far, I'm presuming he's going to go for the pot, and he does. Now, has he snookered himself on the brown? I think he possibly could have. And that's not turned out great for Wim. So now Wim has the disadvantage. And that's quite an awkward situation he's in here because there's only 4 balls on the table, and if he leaves it on and he's missed the brown, but luckily there's no real pot on for Igo, so 11 points the difference, 22 on the table. Frame 21 of this best of 25 World Championship quarterfinal. Wim de Ruyter needing all remaining frames to go through. Igor Radnor just needing one more to go into the semi-final. And that's not a great shot by Igor. He tried to play the brown to the opposite side with some safety, but Wim can just pick up this brown now. He's got to be careful not to leave himself snookered on the blue. It's difficult. He's quite straight on the brown, so it's difficult to get an angle to move left or right. So if he plays it soft like he's done now, he'll just about still be on the blue. So, and that's what he's done. So another 4 points. 15 points the difference now. 18 on the table. Wim de Ruyter just needs the blue. Goes for the blue. Now, was that a good decision? And look at this. Oh, my dear. Went for the blue, and he's turned out in the snooker. So a bit of luck there for Wim. You have to say that was very lucky, and Igor will be a bit miffed about that, I would say. I think he can clip this blue. But the frame now is all about the blue. So it's moving. This end game has been pretty intense. No player, but Wim has had a couple of chances to finish off and clear up, but hasn't been able to do it. Igor Radnor still in this frame, and a chance here for Wim, and he's potted the blue. And I think that's the frame to Wim. He's managed to get through. Igor Radnor says good game, concedes the frame because he knows this pink will go down. So Wim de Ruyter manages to take the frame, a frame that he absolutely needs in order to continue and have any chance of winning this semi-final. So frame 21, Wim de Ruyter takes the frame, and it's now 12 frames to 9. So frame 22. Four more frames to play. First to 13. Igor Radnor 12. Wim de Ruyter 9. Final session of this quarterfinal of the World OSC Snooker Championship. That's a great pot by Igor, but no colour on, so he's going to have to play for the black here or try and get safe in some way. Unlucky for Igor. Probably hit it pretty hard here because he'll want to try and get that white up into the table. Or just hope he needs a lot of luck here. And he's hit it quite soft, actually. I can see what he's trying to do, just to rest on the black and hopefully give no chance. But there is a possible red into the centre here. Wim de Ruyter. Will he take it on, or what will be his strategy here as he gets closer and closer, as he is doing? There was an element of kind of resignation in his wild shots or kind of risky shots he was taking in the last frame regarding his situation, and he's left the red over the pocket. In trying to keep position for the black, he hit it at a certain pace. That wasn't enough. Misjudged there. So Agaradno on the has the table. Black into the bottom left here. But as we can see, or as we have seen, unless the player can get, and that's the miss on the black there, unless a player can get a really conclusive break, I'd say 40, 50 plus would be perfect and have a really good cushion to take you into the end game. And then you have control of the frame, of course, if you can get that cushion of points. Wim just send nice cue ball for Wim. Sends the white close to the tighten the cushion, and Agaradno has missed the red completely. So it's a foul there. So Wim has the option of who plays next. If he likes the look of it, he can play a shot to nothing here on this loose red at the bottom of this pack. He wants a good white ball, of course, and it's going close to the pocket, but that looks decent. The black is making sure that the loose red on the bottom left-hand cushion can't go into the pocket. Agaradno playing a safety shot, and as you see, that black is making it a little easier for players to play safe because there's no possibility of getting any of these loose reds that on the bottom half of the table into the pocket. And that's a nice shot by Wim, going off 3, possibly 4 cushions, well, 3 cushions in the main. And what both players need to be wary of is the top half of the table. So there is a loose red on the top half of the table, but Wim has managed to cover that. And Agaradno just needs to make sure that if he does get back to the bulk area, and sorry, my frame screen is slightly frozen there, and that's not a great shot at all. And Wim is right in the mix now. It was a difficult shot, and it was that black that was causing problems, and Wim has played a careless shot, in my view. He's making it very difficult for himself. I think he's rushing a bit. He's not thinking about it too much, and he needs to have concentration if he wants to win this match, because it's opportunities like this that he may not score as many points as he could have done. But that's good to see. At least he's gone back. He saw that he did make a careless shot, but he didn't try for the black or cut the black in, and he decided to go black and play safe and have a little patience. So that's good to see. For Wim fans will be glad that he's looking at that, but he's not really done him any good. Even though he played safe, Agaradno had the red on and was able to pot it. So it works both ways. Of course, you could question the safety shot, and he didn't make sure that there was nothing on. So while the intention was good for Wim to play safe and not take any shots on that he shouldn't, he's got to make sure that white is safe. And a great opportunity now for Igor, red into the top right-hand pocket. 9 breaks so far, has the pink into the bottom middle. Is this where Agaradno can add to the script make a defining part of the script, that this break, this visit will be the catalyst in ending this frame, or ending this match, sorry. Pink on the blue spot. Potted nicely into the bottom right-hand corner. Red on the bottom left-hand cushion. Nice natural angle taking to the black. So 16 points the difference. Black into the bottom left. Nice position on this red at the top of that cluster. Can cannon on this red for the black, which he does. Screw back here, I presume. He's not wanted to be the other side of the red, and that's end of break. So Wim has another chance to come to the table, unless he's going to go for the plant. No, he's taking it down. So Wim has a chance to come back. That's a nice cue ball. Slightly fortunate for Iger Radnor. So the black is back in its spot. So there's no black stopping anything getting through to the bottom left-hand corner. And again, my frame has froze. Sorry about that. And that's a very hard contact on that cluster by Wim, which has opened up the reds. And I think we can start to maybe think about the end of this match now, as Iger Radnor takes to the table. I was going to say with the red spread, but if you actually look at it, from this point on, there's only this loose red into the bottom center that is really potable, or in a straightforward, in terms of being quite easy to pot or naturally able to pot. But there is some work to do for Iger Radnor. $48 points the difference. There's 59 on the table. Oh, he's missed the black. Wow. Well, Wim back on the table. How's he going to deal with this? Is he going to pot I presume he will pot the red into the center. And he should be on the black. And he could move the red on the bottom left-hand cushion as well. Well, is he snooking himself on the black? He's having a look now. All right, looks as though he's got it. So last chance saloon for Wim de Ruyter to try and scrape this frame away from Iger Radnor, who just needs it to go through. Now, this shot is potable, but where will the white finish? And he's missed the pot, but it's landed safe, so not too bad for Wim, but he didn't get the 7 points that would have been very useful to him. 40 points the difference now. There's 51 on the table. So Iger Radnor needs a red and a colour to leave Wim de Ruyter needing snookers. And that's a decent shot. That's a very good shot. Snooker on the brown and yellow. against the loose red, and he's also snookered on Iger on the other 2 reds from the pink, but quite an easy escape for Iger Radnor. So Wim could possibly put this red against the black, but I was going to say if he did that, he wouldn't have the angle to get back to the table, but he's left the red on. So that wasn't great. He's overcut it, thin cut, even though he was able to take it into the bulk area. He left the red on. So if Iger Radnor can get a colour here, he's got the pink. So Wim's going to have to get a snooker at least, which is not impossible, but it's just another step, another barrier that Wim has in order to get past or keep in this match. So there you see snooker needed by Wim de Ruyter, as Iger, with his flowing play, doesn't really take too much time, just goes through it at quite a speed. Not the fastest player, but definitely one in the category of a speedy player as such, in terms of decision making and break building, as Wim plays a containing shot back down to the bulk area. But this red is on for a cut into the bottom left. That's all Iger needs, and has he got it? He has. And I think that's the end of the match, barring any foul here. Just needs to touch the black, just needs to touch it, and Iger's won. And he pots the pink. So that, unfortunately for Wim, that is it for his season. A good effort, a very good player, Iger Radnor, and Iger Radnor showed himself. He's lost none of his steel and metal in terms of championships, and again goes into the business end of the tournament. And Jasper Koosman, looking on, will probably making a few notes. Should he be able to get past Nikos Gerelis, because Iger Radnor will be his next opponent, and Iger Radnor will obviously have to think about his next test, which on paper will be a much more difficult task. Either the double world champion or the pound for pound number 2 player or number 3 player. Iger Radnor, I think he's 2 or 3. It's between Nikos and Iger Radnor, who is the pound for pound best player in OSC in terms of their average point score per tournament, per match. So as Iger just rubs salt into the wounds and keeps Wim on the table, who I'm sure just wants to go and have a cup of coffee, maybe a whiskey, and there you go, confirmation. Iger Radnor has won the frame, and now will go into the semi-final, has won the match. As I just try and adjust this. Has won the quarterfinal match between Iger Radnor and Wim de Ruyter. And there you see on the right, just one quarterfinal match left. Jasper Koosman and Nikos Gerelis, which stands at 6-5. Both players just congratulating and commiserating with each other. But Iger Radnor goes through to the semi-final and awaits either Jasper Koosman or Nikos Gerelis in the quarterfinal. Let's just take a brief look at the semi-final. There is a semi-final match that has already started between Papadas and Papadas Mixol Papadakis, Mixel, and Jamie Anderson. That score 3-1 is not actually correct. I'm just going to adjust that just before we finish the broadcast, just to see what the score of that one is. And let me just check that here. That's 7-5. To Papadas, so 2 frames in it, so still pretty close, but just with the slight advantage going to Papadakis Mixel, and that's going to continue on Monday evening at 10 o'clock, and that is first to 17, so a couple more sessions maybe of that. But obviously, we now await the end of the other quarterfinal match, which I think is also Monday, the next session between Jasper Kuzman and Nikos Geoulas. There is a chance it may be a bit earlier, but all depends on both players. But definitely there should be a session on Monday. And as we come to the end of this broadcast, so just there's the quarterfinal. So 6-5 for Jasper Kuzman. But the story of this broadcast is the winning of this quarterfinal match by Igor Radno, 13-9 over Wim de Ruyter. Good win. Unlucky to Wim, but congratulations to Igor Radno, and he can now move on for his campaign to win the OSC World Championship. Thanks for watching. That's the end of this broadcast. Keep practicing and see you next time.